don't use that blocker, and they didn't. They're like, oh, you're a YouTuber. You're a YouTuber. I would never. To be fair, I mean, I actually got a pretty good pool. I'm not even gonna lie, we got a pretty dang good pool. I dare them to pudding me again. I dare them. Do another pudding at this point. I don't even care. I don't even care! I don't even care! Shanks has gotten more support. After a starter deck, it needed even more. And no, this was kind of not exactly Red Hair Pirate Shanks support, and some of it was. So today, we're going to be playing a control-oriented red Shanks deck list here using the new Trafalgar Law. This card says, once returned, if this character were to be removed from your opponent's effect, you instead give this character minus 2,000 power, similar to the 5-drop Rush Ace. This one right here, that it's Rush and Whitebeard Pirates and has that literally that exact same wording on it, except this is a 6-drop 7k Law, and this one has a 1k counter. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. So it gives you cost or power minus, and it has more utility to it. We can use this and have it actually stick on the board to get some value out of that attacking effect, and it's a big body that's hard for our opponent to attack into, especially with a very defensive leader effect that Shanks has. Once returned, you may activate this card effect when your opponent attacks. Give it to one of your opponent's leaders or characters to minus 1,000 power. So if they want to attack into our character, they have to swing 8k into the Law. And if they don't have a board developed and we're worried about controlling their board, and by this point, if we attack the Law, we have something to KO a character, like the Beckman, like the Rayleigh, something out there to KO a character by the time we attack with this Law. So we've already controlled their board, they lose their big bodies, and we go from there. This guy's not supposed to be in there. We are also running the new Lucky Roux that says on play you may trash one card from your hand with a power of 6,000 or more, then draw 2 cards. It helps with us breaking up with these big bodies. I personally still prefer the other Lucky Roux, the one that KOs characters that cost or a power of 6,000 or less. I think it really forces your opponent into sticky situations, and it does control the board as we like to do. And then you can develop the Law on the next turn. So going even, on 2 Dawn, we either play Red Force or Searchers. Then on 4 Dawn, we would play the Lucky Roux that KOs. Then on 6 Dawn, because we've controlled their board already, we can put down the Law. Now the Law will control the board for next turn when we go Beckman or Rayleigh. And then we go into a 10-drop turn and rush in, or we KO their characters, or we just continue to replay more Rayleighs, play Divine Departure. Whatever we need to do with Shanks, we have the options. So for me personally, again, I still like the other Lucky Roux more, but of course with PRB testing, we need to test this for you guys to see if you like it more, or maybe if you're going to prefer playing this one when it comes out in OP or PRB02. OP 12.5 as I've been calling it. We're running 4 of the Otama, which gives a character minus 2,000 on play. 4 of the Uta, which looks at the top 5 cards, reveal one red-haired pirate, and then add it to your hand. 4 of the Honga, which gives minus 2,000 to a character by resting itself and is a 2k counter. 2 of the Tony Chopper blocker, which on opponent's turn gets plus 2,000 power. 4 of the Lucky Roux we just mentioned. 4 of the Marco, which KOs a 3,000 power character that I kind of try in tandem with the Red Force and with the Trafalgar Law to see if it works in combination to KO characters. It also has the ability that says you may trash one event from your hand, play this card from your trash as rested. So on KO, we can replay it by trashing the Bad Manners Kick Course or the Divine Departure in situations that we need to keep the Marco on the board. So it's another sticky body similar to Law while also controlling the board. We're running the Uta, which came out in the starter deck. If you have a character with 10,000 power or more, give up this card minus 4 cost in your hand, and it has blocker, and it has a 2k counter attached to the side, so that's always nice. 4 of the Beckman, which just trashes one of your opponent's 6,000 power or less characters, which just remember that trashing is very important. The text trashing means that you are not KOing, because some cards have the ability that say you may not KO this character, or you may not remove this from the board. So if it says you cannot remove this from the board, you cannot trash it either. But cards like this that say you can trash it can get through KO removal protection. So Beckman is very nice. Into cards like Koshiro or Rosinante, it gets through cards that just stop KO. We have the 8-drop Rayleigh, which doesn't have that same effect, but it's very, very strong. A strong secret rare from OP08. On play, choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters until the end of your opponent's next turn. Give one of them minus 3k, one of them minus 2k, and then KO a 3,000 power character. So if you have 3 bodies on the board, I can minus your 5k to a 2k, and that stays until the end of your turn. I can minus your 4k to a 2k until the end of your turn. And then your 0k blocker, Rebecca, I can just get rid of it altogether. Now I can attack into those bodies I just minused, or I can attack into other bodies because those bodies do nothing on the board now because you'd have to attach so much Dawn to even get an attack in. This card is really freaking good. Rayleigh is amazing. It's 4 of in every Shanks list. I don't care who you are. I think you need this card in the deck. Shanks here is from the starter deck. This card, if you have a character with a base power of 8,000 or more, this card gets minus 3 cost in your hand. And then on play, if your leader is a red-haired pirates type or is Uta, KOALA, your leader gains plus 2,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. It's good to have big bodies on the board, and this thing helps our leader become a bigger body. So it basically makes us into a 7k leader, which is always going to be very strong. And it can be played out for only 6 Dawn if we have more cards on the board that have higher attack. So if we have a Silver's Rayleigh, which does have 8,000 base power, or if your opponent has a character. So if our opponent has a big body and we're not able to control the board, we become a 7k leader. I don't know why I read it backwards. I've literally played this card in my other Shanks videos, and now I'm just struggling to even think. Especially when the starter decks were just announced, I was playing this card like crazy as a 4 of. It's not a 4 of in the deck, and I don't think it ever should be, but I think it's a good option, and I don't think people understand that making your leader into a higher power is a control-oriented effect. It allows you to control the board and the attacks, because especially with a defensive ability like Shanks, or into Bonnie, even if that had a consistent strong ability that made them into a 7k leader, not like Law Beppo, that card would be really good in the deck, I think, and people underrate that, because you just have your own 8-drop kid leader instead of needing to play a body on the board your opponent can remove. 10-drop Shanks here is going to KO a 10,000 power or lower character. This is going to be good in combination with Red Force, not really anything else, maybe Hongo if you develop it early. I'm not too excited about it. It also works with the Trafalgar Law, so I think it's good because we can KO a 12k character technically with this Law, given minus 2k and then KOing a 10,000 power. It's always going to be good if you can pull it off, but for the most part, you probably can't. So we're running it as a 1-of for a big body removal when you need it, but for the most part, we are looking to play the Rush Shanks instead, which gives all of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power. This is kind of finisher, so we just control the board until we can put down 10-drop Shanks. We put down 10-drop Rush Shanks, and we just go in for the kill. We have to run more of this card specifically for the Whitebeard matchup, the Blackbeard matchup. It's very important that you're running the Shanks because you need to find as many of these as possible, especially with them only running 2 of the 10-drop Shanks. You need to have more, or 10-drop Teaches. Now your 10-drop Shanks, you have more chances to find it and more chances to attack in aggressively and finish off the game. Obviously, a more aggressive build goes better into Blackbeard and way more than a control build, but this is what we're working with and what I think is better in the current format. Zero cost event is always going to be good. Bad Manners Kick Course, plus 3,000, just trash card from your hands. We get rid of our bricks. If we have multiple Red Force or multiple whatever, we can just get rid of them, and it gives us 3,000 counter. Also with the trigger to give minus 3,000 power during that turn to a character or a leader. One of the Divine Departure for a 8k KO character, or up to one of your leaders gains plus 3,000 as a counter event, specifically only leaders because it has a main event and a counter. So event cards that have a main and a counter usually only work for leaders for the counterpart of the event. So just remember, we cannot counter out of a Rayleigh. If you attack in my Rayleigh, I cannot activate Divine Departure to save it. That would not work. Running 2 of the Red Force, which is a stage, which really goes into the more control list for Shanks. It's not necessary in the deck list, and I think with the Law, it's definitely not necessary, but it's one I want to test out today because it does have a more control-oriented effect. You could run maybe more Shanks instead, or more Choppers, or more anything. It's really up to you. Personally, I like the card. I think giving minus 1k can really help in matchups. Maybe we don't find the Law. Maybe we only have Rayleigh, but we need to KO a 7k character. So we give minus 1 and then minus 3. Now we can KO that 7,000 power character because it's 3,000 power. That extra 1k really does matter. So I think Red Force is really good, and it plays perfectly into us going second, which is what we like to do. Alright, that was enough yapping. That's Shanks in a nutshell, all the ideas behind the leader, and we're going to be playing some games here for the PRB02 Red Shanks. Let's get into that now. Round number 1 is going to be against Charlotte Pudding here. We're going to take second, even though they like to go first. 2 10-drop brush Shanks. Do we do something like that? I think so. I think so. We're going to see if we can make this work. I don't expect it to. I think we actually played directly into their hand, not really playing our control strategy because we're going with all the Rush Shanks, but hey, when we got them, we got them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, though, if you want to see more videos just like this. We're going to start with just the stage and pass. We don't need to use the stage for anything at the moment, and we'll go from there. If you hear some beeping in the background, I've got some taquitos in the frickin' air fryer, dude. I'm pretty freaking hungry right now. We're not going to use the leader effect. We're actually just going to take this. Our opponent's going into 6 Dawn. They usually have some ramp on this next turn, so we're actually going to choose not to use any of these abilities. But I don't really want to use this Lucky Roux. I don't want to drop a 10-drop Shanks just because that's not great. Just to draw 2 cards. I think we're just going to go with the Chopper here and pass. I don't want to give them the ability to ramp extra aggressively if they do play the 6-drop Katakuri. They would be able to go to 10 Dawn on the turn after, and don't really want to see that happen just yet. So we do have the ability to go Beckman on the next turn using the stage, which the stage is now developed and set up to how we need it. So that's kind of my thought process. We can always swing for 5 or 6 depending on what we need to. They do play the Katakuri, but think now, if we would have attacked them, right, they take that life. They flip the life face down, they're at 7, they would have attacked in and ramped 1. So What we're going to do is actually leader effect and block because it's a free block because it's 6k. But anyways, they would have had the perfect ramp into 10 Dawn, and that would have sucked butt. Oh, we can't even Rayleigh yet. Oh my gosh. Or we can't even Beckman. I forgot. I'm looking at their Dawn count. And I'm like, oh, we can do that. No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So we're going to go for Divine Departure. KO that. Swing in for 5 and call it a day. And call it a day. Divine Departure would have been really nice for this 8-drop category they're going to play on this next turn, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't care. I do care. I do care. I should have held that Divine Departure because we know that 8-drop category just hit their hand, and I don't care for that. Now, I do have a little Tizzy here. He's a little aggressive today, so everyone comment, hey, Tizzy. He's a mean machine. He's mean mugging. He's doing his thing, but hey, we're just going to let him go down to the ground, and maybe he'll stop biting my toes down here on the floor. Hey, he literally bit my toe. I don't know why people think I'm joking. What? Ow, stop biting my toes. I don't understand that. I'm not going to lie. We'll just take that. I'm very confused. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We are just going to go -1, and then Rayleigh may just be better because it's non-counter, and we can use this to trash something later. But Rayleigh's really good against a more wide board, but now they're just going to drop 10-drop characters. Don't think we'll really get the chance to Beckman here. We may be able to with the cost reduction. What we're going to do is -3, -2 KO. It's about the best thing we've got. They should be dropping 10-drop bombs on us. Now they have the 2-drop category, though. If they take this, which they don't, they counter out. So we know this is a 2-drop category. Interesting enough. So they could have taken it, I guess, played it out for 2, played out an 8-drop category, and then played out another 8-drop category. And then we just leader effect their leader. But they have 2 categories on the board. It's pretty dang good. Ain't gonna lie to you. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there, man. That's pretty good. Well, Shanks is doing Shanks things. I'm a little confused on what Pudding's doing Pudding things, but we will have a Pudding list coming out very soon. I tried to make a Gecko Moria video today, and that was not gonna work out because I don't know how to build Gecko Moria. Never played the deck, and it's not my cup of tea. What? I'm gonna hold my. Do I hold my blocker at this point? I don't know. What are they playing for 5? Why are we not just playing the 8-drop? I think I just take again. I think I'm just going to take and hide behind my blockers because once they start chaining these 10 drops, that's when the game sucks. Oh, shoot. That's insane. That's messed up, brother. Hey, brother, that's messed up, man. So what we're going to have to do here, fun fact, is, well, now that we got this, just get rid of that and then swing 5. What I was going to do was actually Red Force, Beckman. And that could have gotten it. Well, we could have just automated, but that would be a 2k out of hand. I'd rather lose the Red Force and the Beckman there. That was the perfect top deck. I'm not going to lie to you. Perfect top deck situation right there. I'm happy. I'm happy that happened because before that, I was kind of scared. We still have a good amount of counter. We do have blockers to develop later. We got counter. We got aggression. We kept the hand with the 2 10-drop Rush Shanks and haven't played a 10-drop Rush Shanks yet. It might be nice to play out maybe the 10-drop Rush Shanks the next turn and then swing into the category because that'll be a 12 and a 12. They can start burning life here, but that'll only be a 5k swing. We stop that leader effect, and then we just take the 8k, maybe? I think that's what we do. Because I think, again, we just take any attacks that we can, but then that puts us on the clock. I don't like being on the clock. I'm not going to lie. What? I'm just going to take again. I am so lost in the sauce. They have 7 total Dawn. What are we doing with 7 Dawn? Pudding. Maybe they're playing Pudding? No. I'm just going to take again. I'm so confused. I am so confused, guys. Another Amane, another Katakuri to play out another Katakuri. What? I am so lost in the sauce today. Well, we're going to go minus, and then we're going to play this, and go minus, and then we're going to tap, what is it, 6? So we could just go Rayleigh, -3, -2, KO. 5 in a face, they have to take. There's the food. And then 12 in a face, they have to take. I think that was the best idea, actually. The Red Force, we could have used the Otama, but I'd like to have the counter. They're going to block out of that and pass. We still have the blocker from earlier, so I'm glad we left this on the board, because if not, they could probably present lethal. Honestly, it would split 11, 10. They'd probably go 10, something like that. Because this last one's a brick. Just gonna get rid of that. Then they're gonna play 10 drop. We should have actually probably taken it, because now they just trash our life. Fun fact. Then they swing 6. We just 2k. They don't even swing. All right. Do I just Marco and then I can block her if I need to? So we just pop this, and then we just go. I don't want to go 9-9, so we're gonna go 8. I'm trying to think what the best option here is. We never played one of the Rush Shanks, by the way. What we could do is just go Lucky Roux, trash the Rayleigh, and then draw 2. Just to be safe, because we popped the blocker to get that off the board. They counter this, so we just go for game. Because we can go 5. The only thing we lose to is actually, we don't even lose to a beige here. So what we do, well, we do lose because we just swung our blocker. Because they give us both cards in hand, we just swing the chopper for 7. That's guaranteed to hit. And then, as long as this isn't beige... What?! What?! No! It's my life. In my own words, I guess. Have you ever loved someone so much you'd give an arm for? Not the expression, what the... Dude! You have to be kidding me. Ain't no way. Absolutely ain't no way. The one card you need to win is the one you freaking get, dude. I am so glad I'm recording this video, because if I wasn't, I at least get content out of being this angry, but my god, is that upsetting. Fun fact, they still don't even present lethal guaranteed, because they swing in for 10 here. So it tells me they're going 10, 12, 13. So I need to be able to counter a 12 and a 13. That just doesn't freaking happen. Because we'll go -1, we'll go 2k, 1k, 1k, 1k. Now, you just swing 12, we block, and then you put everything on your leader and kill me. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Ain't no way. That feels bad. We should have won that. I want that to be known. We could have literally just played the Lucky Roux, played the Uta, not attacked in, and been perfectly fine with triple blockers. No way to KO us. And we should have just won that. But I was greedy. I was like, and it's crazy because I was making that Gecko Warrior video and I was like, this guy kind of being me. But he actually did the safest way to not die. And I'm like, if I had lethal, it was almost basically guaranteed. But if I did have a trigger, it wouldn't have been. It was one of those situations. And I'm tilted. I'm tilted. Hey, call this Fortnite. I'm tilted towers right now. That was crazy. On to the next game because that was, oh my, that hurts. Comment down below if you saw me in pain right there because that was pretty bad. After chowing down on some taquitos, I think I'm feeling a little bit better after that game. We're gonna mulligan that hand. I'm not loving it. They're gonna go Yamato here. Look at the top 5 and grab a Wano type. We're gonna Uta, look at the top 5, grab a... I guess we're grabbing every big body in the books right now. Every big body out there. We have nothing to do early. We're gonna have to go 5, 7, depending on, unless they attach Dawn on their leader. If they attach Dawn on their leader, that ain't gonna happen. They could go 5 themselves and then 6. That's not worth it. They have to swing 8. They have to swing 8 if they want to do anything crazy. That's what they're going to do. We're just going to take. Not stressed about it. We do get the new Trafalgar Law, so we have something to do on the... So we get 2 Trafalgar Laws. I want to just go 5, but there's no way they don't just leader effect, right? So we're just going to go 9. You can leader effect 2k, 1k. Nope, they're just going to take. All right, sounds good to me. We are going to go Trafalgar Law on this next turn, then we're going to go Silver's Rayleigh, and then we're going to go Ben Beckman, and then we're going to go 10-drop KO Shanks, then we're going to go 10-drop Rush Shanks. That's the exact order here. Let's go ahead and get it in order. We're going to go do, something like that. Sounds good to me. Hey, maybe we go double Trafalgar Law. No, this actually has counter. Never mind. Let's use this for the attack. This is going to be a rough one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is looking and not so perfect. Not the perfect world we were looking for. We have nothing to do early. We couldn't swing 5, 6 because they can just leader effect and become a 7k leader. So my 5 gets 1 card out of their hand. My 6 gets 0 cards out of their hand because they're a 7k leader. It sucks. It does suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, another big 8. We're actually just gonna take that because they don't have the draw power. But we find another Trafalgar Law. Last game we did not find a single Trafalgar Law. Now we have found 7 of them. Interesting enough, we're gonna swing 5 at our opponent. They're gonna put Nekomamushi back into their life. So we're gonna swing 5. We're gonna see what they choose to do. 0 cost spin ain't too bad, actually. That is not too bad. I'm not mad about that. They're gonna give us the Yamato from hand to become a 7k leader. We're gonna play down Trafalgar Law, which is a 7k attacker, which is really nice to go over their leader effect. Now whatever they choose to play for 7, we can actually get rid of. If your opponent would remove this from an effect, so they can't bottom deck this, they can't do anything like that. We just give it -2000 if they do, so should be pretty good there. They can't just go like Jozu or Law. They could Jozu, Hiyori, bounce Yamato to get more cards in hand. They could just putting us. We didn't have counter for 8s and 9s and 10s anyways, so hey, who really cares? Let's go in minus and then counter. Might as well. I'm gonna go Uta, Roux, Rayleigh. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm gonna forfeit. I'm just gonna forfeit. We grab Kikinojo. We know they have a trigger in their life too, which is kind of annoying. Marco's not bad, actually. We're gonna look at the top 5, see what we can grab. We're gonna grab a Lucky Roux or a Ben Beckman. We could Beckman, we could Marco, we could Roux, we could Rayleigh. Well, we couldn't Rayleigh. We can't Rayleigh now. These Yamatos are kind of annoying for 5k pokes. We can get through them pretty easily. I don't think I need to Beckman a pudding. That's the only issue. -2. I think we're gonna go with Marco and Uta just to search for more options. Marco's just gonna pop the pudding. Yamato's going to force them to attach 2 Dawn, so that's not horrible for us. They're going to become a 7k leader and then give us another 1k. We're going to Uta, look at the top 5. We're going to grab a 2k counter here. We're going to Marco, KO the Pudding, and then we're going to sit on 1 Dawn and pass. So we can at least flex a counter event that we don't even have. The Rocks would have been good. Roux, wow, not Rocks. Not Rocks, the Sebek. That is not the same guy. We could have Roux on him and dropped the Beckman to draw 2 instead. But I don't think that really gets us where we need it, because we're also not guaranteed to draw into anything to even play. We just have 4 Dawn floating. Then we could have swung 7-9, and that doesn't really do what I need it to. And then we don't remove the Pudding either, because next turn they could literally just go 5, 2 Dawn on Yamato, 5, 2 Dawn on Yamato, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they could go 6, 6, 6, 6 all through with 4 attackers, and that would be insane. Now, we can easily clean them up with the Utas on the swing back, but 2k, Dawn -1, 1k, take. It doesn't sound great. Does not sound great. We're going to take this. Sure. If they go 6 Dawn on Yamato, I don't care at this point. I'm going to let them rush me down. We're going to go Kuma, trash a card, gain a life. That's cool with me. On KO, so we're going to actually just trash it. So we're going to be able to swing for 7, minus 2,000 power. Now we can tap 7 here, so we have 3 additional Dawn. So we can go 7, 7, 7. I don't want to know what that was. I don't know if you guys heard the big bang in the background, but that was one of my cats, and I don't want to know. So we're going to go 7, we're going to go 7, and then we're going to go 7. I think that makes the most sense here. We'll trash this guy because his ability is on KO. They will have a trigger body here, Nekomamushi. We already talked about that. We already knew that was going to happen. We're going to swing 7 more, and then we're going to remove the Kuma. Say, get up out of here. Get up out of here, please. Pretty please. Removing Kuma, red Beckman, and Beckman is just really important for yellow matchups nowadays because Kuma is just that good. Kikinojo is really good. We have a Beckman for another Kikinojo. Rayleigh's solid, but I don't really want to heal them up. Now this is going to force 2 cards out of hand, so they're going to have only 4 cards in hand. And we're going to remove the Kuma where they don't gain a life. That's pretty good. They're going to drop a Kuma. They're going to give us a 1k counter. So it doesn't mean they must not be too bricked up or they have bricks they want to play. But if they had bricks they want to play, they'd be playing them, right? Oh! It's not my day. It's not my day. Misinput. Go back. Oh my gosh. I meant to click over the Uta. My hand slipped. Just lost our Trafalgar Law. And, oopsies. Misinput. Well, it's okay. We're still going to win. They're going to swing 6. Interesting. I'm going to -1 and 1k. And then they're going to swing... I might just go a bunch of wide swings here. I guess I could go 2 Dawn now that we've given them the leader effect already. It's kind of fine with me because I go boom, boom. And then they have the same value as our amazing little law there that we lost. Dude, I'm so mad. This isn't even a good game now. What else you got for me? We 2k counter out of the leader swing. That's okay with me. 2, 2, they have 4. They could go 5 Kikinojo, which I'll take 1, counter 1. We'll trash with the Beckman. We'll trash Kikinojo. We'll attack into the Nekomamushi. And that should help us control the board. Yep. So it looks like 5 here. They wanted to go 6 and swing, what, 9? I'd be fine with that. I think I'd kind of... Okay, I guess I'll go and give them the 2k, because no matter what, I'm going to give them the 2k here. I'm kind of confused. I just want them to attach all 5 Dawn. Now they're going to gain a life. Okay. Add the Nekomamushi into life. All right. Well, I'm going to go 2 here. I'm a little confused, I'm not going to lie. Just going to go 7. We're going to pop this Momonosuke, and I don't think they want to use the Momonosuke. Tough. So they take... Now we're going to go ahead and tap 8, -3, -2, KO. Then we're going to swing 7. Go ahead and force a couple cards out of hand. 1 for leader effect, or they're going to take. 1 for leader effect, 1 for 1k counter, or they're going to take. I think they just take. And we should have had actually another 7k attacker. So just keep that in mind. That one misinput can screw the whole game here on the sim. But in real life, obviously, we would have another, we'd still have that law. Just stick it on the board, not leaving. Literally the game we finally get him, and we don't get to use him. We don't get to use them. A leader effect and then 1k. Give us a 2k counter for the leader effect and then 1k. Okay. Pass. Interesting enough. In pass. They had the Dawn leader, so they could go for lethal, I guess, technically. It would be kind of tough. A little less tough now. I don't think it's a great idea to go for lethal here, but hey, you could. You could. Well, now they can't even swing. They could swing 5 here. They could swing 5 here, but now then they would have leader effect. So they have to go 7. We're going to -1. 2k counter and get out of that attack. We're gonna draw 1 trash 1. I think we're just gonna poke in for 5, force out the leader effect now, and then we're gonna try to control the board. Do we lose next turn? Because we could go 9, 9, 3, 4, 5, 3. That's 9, 9, 9. So 10, 10, 11. So we go 10, 10, 11 here. Let's go 9. 9, 11, 11. That's what we're going to do. I'm just very confused about what's actually in their hand because of how they were leader affecting. Go 11. Should have swung the Marco first, but we'll just see what happens here. 9, 11, and 1K, 1K. GG's to our opponent. They could have left the 1 Dawn up for us to do a 4 cost for lower. That doesn't do anything. Okay, to our opponent. That was an interesting match. We actually should have completely dominated them, but the one miss input literally just screwed up the game and the tempo. But yeah, we were kind of really ahead until we did that, because then what we could have done is swung 7 with Law, actually controlled the board, lowered down the Kid, and then swing into the Kid, which would only be a 7K, and then Beckman the Nekomamushi, so they'd only have 2 attackers. So we could have been a little more safe doing something like that if needed, or we could have continued in the aggression first, see what they decide to do. If we get all the cards out of their hand, then we can change over to the board and controlling it. You know, we could just go the 5, get the leader effect, 7, no, then we'd probably do the same thing. 7 with the 1 character. I think we had game, even with or without, obviously. Well, obviously we had game. Okay, round number 3. All right, so let's see how we do against KOBY. We're gonna take second here, and we're gonna try to control the board. But if one of their characters with the cost power, original power of 7,000 or less, is removed from play by your opponent's effect, instead place 3 cards in the trash to bottom of the deck. So we're gonna mulligan. We're gonna look for. That's pretty good. It's not horrible. Not horrible for sure. We're gonna look for what we need. I'm not guaranteed to find it. We're not gonna have the removal options that we like. We just have to try to have them not fill up the trash. They're running the Sengoku in this build, which is very interesting. We're going to put Red Force down on the board. Sengoku's probably coming down this turn, I'm assuming, just to trash 2 Navy-type characters, fill up the trash a little bit, and then draw 2 cards. They trash the... Never mind. That was horrible. Every single time you play this event and you play brand new in that turn, and you just hold the Sengoku for later, or you use it as counter. I am so confused about what they just did, because they could have been 6 cards deeper rather than just drawing 3 cards. I am a little confused here. We're going to take this because this deck is known for starving people out. I don't really want to deal with that in this game. So we're going to swing 5 into our opponent, 5 into our opponent here. We're going to go 5. We could have gone Uta, found something, but then if we don't find anything, we're just cooked. We'd have to only find Hongo, and that's not really good. So we're just going to play Chopper and pass. It's going to give us options for them to attack into aggressively. And for me, I don't really care. If they have something to attack already into our active characters, that's fine with me. I'm more worried about how Meppo into this Law, because it'll actually be a 11K into it, so we need to hold the Tony Chopper for that attack, specifically in the 8-drop 9K KOBY that can attack active characters, because they'll be on 7 Dawn, so they'll go Meppo into 8-drop, then they'll have 1 additional Dawn to add on to it, making it 10 into 7, pop Peacock, make it into a 10, or into 11, so they can go 11 into 7. That's really hard to get through with just the counter in our hand, and then we lose most of our hand size, and we'd be really behind. They have 4 cards total in trash. We need to keep up with that. They're going to have 6 now after the brand new, so we're not really going to have removal-based options, it seems, going forward. Our opponent's going to swing 8 into us. We're just going to take again. I'm totally okay taking. We could go Marco, KO. That's not great. Would, again, control the cards in trash. I guess maybe these are the cards that went to the trash. I'm a little confused with the brand new. I like having this down. I think we just swing 5. I think we don't really worry about the Ripper. The Ripper will get rid of itself. I don't think it's worth putting us off of curve just to get rid of the Ripper, because this is also something that can't really just remove easily. So it could line us down the power and then swing into active characters, but they don't have a way already on the board to do that. So I'm not too stressed about it. They give us a 1K doll from hand, which is totally okay. They do have Helmeppo here. Helmeppo couldn't attack this turn, which is kind of bad, kind of good. I'm okay with it. We will have Ben Beckman next turn. We'll be able to Ben Beckman the Helmeppo. We'll minus it by 1, minus it by 2. It'll be 4K, but we won't have a way to attack it. So does the Marco. The Marco doesn't get us there because that gets us to 4K. We'd have to Marco, Otama, Law, Lucky, or Red Force just to do that, and that doesn't make sense to put down a 5-cost 6K and then maybe get a search. It's not great. It's not great there, is it? Is it, buddy old pal? Well, we're gonna have to see what our opponent here, KOBY, likes to do. Looking at their trash, they have not found the pieces that they need. They're gonna go Borsellino to attack active characters. They can rest the Borsellino and allow Ranu to attack active. Does that allow Leader? No, it could allow Leader to attack active, so they could go 9 into Law, where we just -1 and then give them a 2K. I'd be totally fine with that. Looks like that's what we're doing here. Oh, well, I still want a -1 so I can keep my Law alive, so I actually am going to 2K. I think we're gonna 2K 1K here, just to keep that alive. We're gonna go -1. We'll swing 5 into the Borsellino. They shouldn't save it. I don't see any reason they actually would save a character like that. We're going to go Uta, search the top 5. We're going to be able to grab a 2K counter. We're gonna swing for 7, minus down the Ripper. It doesn't really matter. We're not gonna remove the Ripper here. They could go ahead and block out. I think they just take this though, personally, if they haven't found their pieces. If they have found their pieces, then I don't know what they're doing. We are gonna play down Law here. And then it seems like they haven't found Helmeppo. They probably have the 8-drop KOBY they're gonna play on the next turn, but they have not found Helmeppo. So it's good that we still have a blocker. We also have a Dawn active now, so we should be good. If they have Helmeppo, they would minus this down. Maybe they don't have it, because they grabbed an 8-drop KOBY. So they do have the 8-drop KOBY, which could be a 10k swing into Law, which we could -1 and then 2k, 1k out of, and then block out for free. So this might actually work out how we want. No, we can't block out for free because they give their leader plus 1000 power. So that doesn't work per se. Interesting enough. So they're gonna attack 9 into 6. I'm a little confused on why, but I think I just let it go. I don't think I'm worried about that. I don't know, the blocker's not bad, but then we have to give them a card or we have to take a life. Let's minus it, and let's see what happens when we counter out. We are gonna counter out here. I'm gonna hold the Uta here to have a blocker potentially later with the lucky Roux, rather than losing the blocker. I don't think we'll need a Hongo. Then they're gonna swing the 6 into us, and I think we're just gonna take, actually. We're not finding big bodies to put down. That's what's kind of upsetting. So we're gonna -1 here. Then we're gonna swing 8 into 6. They can block. Then I make it even smaller. I don't think I'm worried about forcing cards out of their trash at this point. But the body would be nice to have on the board. So what is this, 6? I guess I can see if they'll give me more cards. Make it into a 4. Will they give me 2k, 2k? Because if they do, I will let this whole thing go. Watch this. This is what, 4k? So now we swing 6 into 4. Will they give me all their cards? Nope. I was gonna actually play out I was gonna go Uta into it. That's literally was my plan. So I think we're actually gonna do this because I think that's worth it. It's actually not bad at all. If you have a character with 10,000 power, we don't really think I need Hongo. Pass? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm happy with how I did because I got cards out of their hand. I'm not really trying to go for lethal right now, but having double blockers is always going to be good. So even if they do present an active attacker, I can get rid of the Lucky Roux instead. I have the Divine Departure to KO a character if I can, but more than likely I can't. So I think the Law is really good in this matchup. They're going to be able to play down the KOBY. The KOBY will have the ability to attack on the turn it's played. KO one of your opponent's character with a base power of 3,000 or less, they and draw a card. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just going to let that go, of course, because they had to attack a character, so that's why they attacked, and they did not have the extra Dawn. So they get to just draw an additional card. Now they can Helmeppo into 8-drop KOBY, which is pretty good. Now they have an extra card to discard for Helmeppo. So they don't Helmeppo, so they have not found a Helmeppo yet. They grab Hibari. Hibari is good. I will say that. Hibari is actually good. They're keeping it going. They don't want to stop. It's kind of pissing me off. Kind of pissing me off here, because they're going to give -2,000 power to a character. I'm assuming the Law. And then swing 7 into it, in which we will... Oh, they're going to go 8 into 5? So I can just go -1, block, and 2k. I think that's the best option, because now they can go 5 into 5, and I just go 1k. But I need something to play next turn. Guess we'll go 2k again. Makes the most sense to me. I found something to play this turn. We're just going to minus down Hibari even more. I'm going to swing into Hibari. We'll minus the Hibari, might as well. I don't care to go for lethal right now, do I? I'll swing. I'll see what they decide to do. Because I can still go the Law into face, but I want them to counter. I'm just trying to get cards out of hand. I don't really care at this point. It doesn't really matter. I could have attacked technically 7 in face, given them an extra card, and then swung 4, but I need the blocker. I was just trying to get more cards out of hand. I'm greedy. So 3k counter will pass the turn. They shouldn't have a way to go for lethal, especially with these characters. 0k power and 2k power. They have no way to present lethal, and I think we just go for it next turn. Because we have the Divine Departure. They go Dragon. Still doesn't present lethal, per se. Because we still have 4k counter, 1k with the leader. That's 9 now with the Dragon. So they can swing 11 with Dragon into something, and then 7 with something into KOBY. So I think now is where we can finally give up the blocker, because 11 into 7 I don't really want to counter out and save. Can't counter out and save. So that's when we just give up the blocker there. And they swing 7. I'll just take the 7 into face, because I can't swing Law because I just counter -1 or whatever. We're just going to block and let that go. They go 10. Oh, because they're -1,000. Interessante. 7 into face, minus down the Dragon. So now we can really decide what we want to do. Because I can even minus down Dragon again. 7 more into face, minus down Dragon. Well, now you have to counter this. Guess what? Your character's 3k. Your Dragon is 3k power. The counter, just in case, 3k into 3k. We'll go 12 into face and then decide if we want to just play it on a blocker or not. Because technically we could. Oh, no trigger. We've already found that triggers finish the game. Because there's only 2 costs, right? No, if your opponent, if you have a character. I was going to go 9 to face, and that would have been guaranteed lethal there. But then I would have also been able to go blocker if need be. Could go blocker and divine departure. So I'd go 2k, 1k divine departure leader effect. No way for them to present lethal with 1Ks minus across the board. GG's to the KOBY player. We kind of decimated, even as a control deck that could not control the board, we were able to do so in a different style way with the law here, so I think this law really has found a place in this deck. Black Yellow KOALA, you already know this is my deck right here. We're getting the second curve a lot, and I'm really liking it. I like that we have... I don't like Lucky Roux in this matchup, actually. We're gonna mulligan. I don't like Lucky Roux... Ugh, I don't like this hand at all. I don't like what we got cooking up. What? What are we playing against? Dude, I'm trying to give you guys deck profiles on this leader. What? What are we playing against? I have nothing to do this turn, so I have to take, even though they could literally just decimate my hand. What? What's going on? I guess we'll just swing 6 and then play down a Hongo. We'll have Hongo down for later. But Hongo just loses so much because Law just does what he needs him to do. So I guess we're going to Hongo, possibly Hongo Marco next turn, but we could always Law Marco. Marco, Law, Hongo, Marco, Hongo, Law, counter. I am so lost in the sauce right now. Supernova KOALA is very interesting to me. We are going to minus down for 1, and then I'm going to give them a 1k out of the Trafalgar Law. They're going to play down Hawk, which on KO does those things and that thing. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to swing 5 and say, hey, I dare you to block out and KO my Hongo. I don't care. I literally would not care. Sure, KO Hongo, good for you. Law, pass. I think that was horrible value. In my personal opinion, that was horrendous value out of the Hawk right there. They are going to use the Nico Robin. I kind of saw this coming. So what our opponent is doing is really annoying. This doesn't save this. So next turn we can actually Beckman or Rayleigh. Oh, we could Rayleigh. Well, Rayleigh wouldn't really work. Well, we're going to keep our top end. I don't care. I'm going to drop Marco and 0 cost event. Boom. They're going to swing 6 at us. Sure, I'll take it. I'll take it. 7 minus down the Robin just so this becomes a 5k so they can't just block out for free. Now we're going to remove the Nico Robin there. We're going to swing 5 into our opponent, and then we're going to play down Uta. I like that card a lot. The only issue is we're really playing into another Nico Robin, which is honestly okay. I don't really care that much. But we're controlling the board pretty well. They're going to go Hawk. This KO's 4 cost characters, so do what you want, I guess. I'll give them a Law here, because we're not going to need another Law at this point. All right. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Do we do the thing? Do we pop these things? What do we do here? I think we do the thing. Oh, we take a life. SpaghettiOs. I think we do the thing. They have a lot of blockers, so we're just going to go 7, 7, 12. And then after this, I think we just don't play any big bodies. I dare them to go for lethal. Do you see this hand? They pop the Uta. Pass. I'm a little confused here. I would have used this Scratchman of Poo personally. Oh, interesting. Hey, good for you. I think I just go for game. On a real note. -1, 2k counter. Sounds good to me. If you have a character with 10,000 power, cool. So we have a 2 cost blocker coming down. We have a Rayleigh that's going to go with the 0 cost here. I guess we could play this if we need to. I'm going to swing 7 minus down the kid in case I need to KO the kid. Because I can still control the board here, but I'm forcing them more into countering or using their blockers. They're going to take that. So this is a smaller unit. This is only going to be 2 Dawn. So we're going to leave 3 active, and we're going to leave 4 active. So we're going to go potentially 9, 9. So we're going to go 9 into face here. If they should counter. Makes sense to me. Now they have double blocker, so we just are better penetrating face than going for this kid. Because we have all the counter we need, and if we force them into removing this blocker, they would need a 4 Dawn event. They'd have 6 Dawn, they could go 10, 10, and we can get out of 10, 10, so we're good. Cool, guaranteed not to die this turn. 9 into face, they block. 12 into, it doesn't matter which one we attack. Face, they have to block. Play down a 2 cost blocker, leave 2 Dawn active, and pass. So we can get out of a 10, 10, because this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we're perfectly fine. Interesting, interesting. So they're going to go 7, 8. So 0 cost, 8. Wow, this is insane. We have literally perfect counter. They quit so quickly, guys. They quit so quickly. We had perfect counter there. We were going to minus it by 1, put them into 7k, go 2k, 1k. Good game. Oh, we had a blocker. Dude, I've been playing too much One Piece recently, dude. Have you ever played too much One Piece where you just start to like, get everything combined in your head? I could have just blocked that whole time. They burned my life. I counter out of the first one. I just block. It was just that simple. My goodness, dude. They were going 7-8 and I didn't just think that, oh, just block and then counter the next one. You're good. Hey, GG's to our opponent. We're on to the next game. One more match here with red control Shanks with a new Trafalgar Law. And I'm telling you, this Trafalgar Law cooks, bro. This Trafalgar Law is really good. Last match here against Blue Boa the Hancock. We're going to go second because our opponent usually go first. That's actually cool with me. I like that. I like that a lot. We're going to go Uta. Look at the top. Grab Red Force. We're going to go Uta. Look at the top. Can't grab that. Dang. Don't really need 10 drop. We're going into 10. We have a Beckman. I think we just go 10 drop Shanks. I don't know if we need to become a bigger leader. Our opponent does play big bodies though like that. So we could play this with a combo with more aggressively attacking. Rush Shanks is always better. Pass. Your go. Next turn we're going to Red Force and then swing. We're going to swing 7 and then Red Force. They're going to swing 8. Take. Sure. Ooh, Marco's pretty good here. We're just going to swing 7 and then Red Force. They could use the blocker now, but we're actually going to Marco the blocker next turn, so they're not going to use it. Yep, they never would use it against us because we told them not to. We said, hey, don't use that blocker, and they didn't. They're like, oh, you're a YouTuber. I would never. You hear the rocks in there? The freaking rocks in there just going crazy? To be fair, we actually got a pretty good pool. I'm not even going to lie. We got a pretty dang good pool. We're going to go 5 in a face. I'm kind of mad, though, because they're just going to putting us again. Let's go 5 in a face. Let's try 5 in a face here. They should take this one. Triple 5 in a face is pretty dang good. I dare them to putting me again. I dare them. I dare them. They should swing 8 in a face, force me to use 2 cards, or putting. Put me in a position where I have to counter. Do another putting at this point. I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care, bro. I don't even care. I hate this game. I hate One Piece. Let's just take. Let's just aggressively take. We're going to swing 5 into 3. We're going to Beckman this. Going to leave 1 non-active. Putting me a 3rd time, please. I'm begging you. Please putting me a 3rd time. Show me just how the game works. Teach me something. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting angry. I'm getting pretty angry right now. We're going to -1. They were going to putting me again. Do you see those 4 Dawn? They were trying to swing really heavy into something I can't counter. Watch this. Divine Departure, 2K. Suck it. No putting for you. I dare you to putting me. I dare you to freaking putting me right there, buddy. Buddy, old pal. This helps with removal. Joke's on you, I ain't gonna remove nothing. I could actually. 10,000 power. I don't like that. I could law chopper. 5. They're gonna counter. All right. 7. Do I go wide here? I don't think so. I mean, they don't really have removal for this character, but they could red rock the 1 character. But 12, they just block. I think we go wide in this situation specifically. I think in a lot of situations you don't do that, but having the blocker is going to be really good to develop here in case they want to do another big swing and then a putting. Because they were freaking ready to putting me. You know, 1 more putting already in hand. We survived the double, triple, quadruple, quadruple, quintuplet putting this game. 8 drop Luffy. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good cardboard right there. They're going to go 8 and 8 here. So, I'm going to go no blocker. I'm going to go 2K, 1K. Interesting, interesting. I was really hoping they were going to attack this. I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping I got them. Not going to lie. I was really freaking hoping. Okay, I'm going to take. I don't need to counter that. I'm a grown man. I don't need to counter nothing. We're going to minus this by 1. They could have attacked for 5. Oh, but we had leader effect. Okay, mind. It's good that we didn't even get out of this because then we'd have to give them another card. 4. 5 at your face. 7 at your face. We probably just lose, by the way, on this next turn. Fun fact, probably just lose, mathematically. But it depends on what our opponent decides to do. Because we have double 2K in hand, so it depends on how, I guess, they swing. They could go 10, 9. We don't lose! We don't lose! We don't lose! Look! We don't lose. Hey! Hey! Screw pudding, screw Boa Hancock. That game was insane, dude. This video is intense. You're having a good time today. This is feeling good, dude. We're playing another game. Screw it. That was a 5-minute game with Boa Hancock double pudding me. I still won. I don't even need to play. Dude, I'm just a better player. Just play better, guys. Like, I don't know what we're doing out here. Just play better and you'll win more games. GG's to our opponent. We could have even gotten out of the 10 because we had the 1K there. We could have literally just gotten him like that. Oh my gosh. On to one more match with Red Control Shanks. I'm actually kind of hyped for this. We played against KOALA. We're playing against KUZAN now. Playing against some more new modern matchups. We're going to keep this hand because we're going to go Hongo into Marco into Beckman into Shanks. That's going to be the goal here, and it's due to us going first. So we actually have a really good starting curve. We're going to swing 5 into the KUZAN. They're probably going to take. They like to get a big hand size and do all the things and the stuff with the leader effect. It's really annoying, actually. We're going to Hongo and pass. We know they have one unpheasant peck or pheasant peck or pheasantipity, whatever you call it. So we'll figure out what they want to do here for the KUZAN. 4 Dawn. What do they do for 4 Dawn? Leader effect. Fun fact. Cavendish. Ooh, Cavendish is pretty good. I would really hate that if I couldn't. Can't really remove that right now. Can't really do that. So we're gonna go Pop Maynard, pass. I couldn't Hongo because Hongo gives -2. This pops a 3,000 power character. If this hit 4,000, this card's goated. This card is saucy because we would have so much value. They have 10 cards in hand, by the way. Fun to the facts. 10 cards in hand. Absolutely insane. We are just gonna take this. We're gonna find a red force, and then we're just gonna leader effect on the KUZAN. Seems the most sense because they're gonna 6-drop KUZAN here, stop our Marco from attacking. Yep. All that coming. All that to the coming. So we're going to... The issue is I would really like to remove the big body, but Cavendish is just a nuisance. So we literally just go deploy, get rid of 5 at face. We're going to get 1 card out of their hand now. They're going to give us 1 card here. We remove the body off the board, which is nice. They give us the Sengoku. We're going to pass. So now we have the ability to at least attack. We also do have removal for this next turn. We have the Marco set up for whatever we need into an 8K character because they do play a lot of 8K characters. Then we're going to be able to do the 10-drop Shanks into maybe some other removal if we can find it. We could also always go Red Force next turn if they played a bigger body that we couldn't handle. They don't. So if they put a character sideways also we don't want to deal with. We have options here. They go Sakazuki, draw 2 cards. That's really freaking good. Kind of annoying, actually. So they draw 2, then they draw 1 for the KUZAN because the GARP made them discard a card. Back to 8 cards in hand because that's what KUZAN does best. Nice job, KUZAN. Keep it up. All right, they're going to go 6 at face because they get the 1 free Dawn with Sakazuki. I believe we're going to just, no matter what, we're going to give them a 2K here and we're going to take the 8. So I'm going to give them the, we don't really have any other blockers, so I'm going to give them the Hongo. I think the Hongo is the best in this situation. And then we're just going to take the bigger attack. Could Red Force to get it down on the board for later. I actually really don't mind that. Because either way, it's the same math. So that's literally just the same math either way. Because we're going to remove the Sakazuki this turn. But this is the, if we minus this by 1, or if we were to put 2 Dawn here, it'd be 9 into it, or we can go 7 into it. Either way, we get 1 card out of the hand. It's not that big of a deal in this situation. This gives us more long-term value. So we're just going to swing 7 into KUZAN. Should get 1 card out of hand. We're going to go minus to the Sakazuki first, just in case they get some kind of bottom decking trigger here, in case they were to take. I assume they would give us a 1K and a 2K here for these next 2 attacks, but in case they didn't, we did it this way. In case, special reminder, just in case. It's going to really help. I think we're going to be in a good spot now that we do this. We're going to go ahead and remove the Sakazuki and pass to our opponent. So at least we got rid of the card that gives them a Rested Dawn and a filter every single turn. This card's really good. 10 Dawn, what do you do for 10 Dawn here? I think we have a good wide board. They have to get rid of this Hongo. We're going to continue to get value out of it. We do have cost minus on the board, and we have the Red Force. So next turn, we can technically give a total of minus 3K, plus the Shanks nuking the whole board. So we can go 6K, 5K, and 12K rush. So I think we're in a really good, advantageous position. If they don't remove the Hongo especially, I'm assuming they should. We have all the counter in hand, so they could go 8-8. So they could go 7-8-8. And then Garp again. Garp again would be pretty dang annoying, I'm not going to lie. Because then we can't safely 10-drop Shanks. Almost looks like that's what they're about to do. Well, that's not fun. But they're going to get a free Dawn from a Sakazuki, because I'm assuming they're going to play Sakazuki 10. I'm just going to take that. I'm not... This might be what saves us. This, top decking this, might be what saves us. Hey! 12 in a face is absolutely insane. I guess they're just piling on the pressure. But I think we're actually safe now. I'm a little confused, actually. So we can play this for 6. So I'm just going to go 6 in a face, 7 in a face. I'm just going to completely ignore the board. I think that's the best case in this situation. I think we're just going to go a bunch of hits in a face. They can double Unpheasant Peck. That's minus 2 cards in hand. They get 2 filters. So then the other 7 will get 2 more cards. So we'll have them down to 3 cards, maybe 4 potentially. Then we're going to double blocker and sit on a lot of counter. So we'll still have 5K, 6K counter total. So we're going to go another 7 in a face. We should be really safe here. I think we just cooked. They're going to Unpheasant Peck out of this 7, discard 1 card, draw 1. Yep, makes sense to me. Then we're going to become a 7K leader. We're going to swing for 7 in the face. Because again, we're only getting 1 card out of hand with these Garps. We're getting multiple cards now because we're putting on the pure aggression. We can get them down to 0 and feel pretty good. They give 2K, 1K, so they don't have another one, which is good to know. We're going to go blocker, blocker, pass. So now they would need to remove both of these blockers. So they need to tap 7. Then they could go 8-8. We can go, oh, you get out of 8-8 easily. So they would have to go Gravity Blade right now. They don't have that. They have Garp, maybe an Aramaki, no into KUZAN. So they stop an attack from the 10-drop Shanks here, which does make sense to me. That does make sense to me. So they stop the Shanks from attacking. That's not horrible. It's not great, though. Interesting spot we're in here, friendo. I'm just going to go 2K counter. I'm going to save everybody I can on the board. Because they don't have a blocker. They could go Maynard, maybe. We're okay with Maynard. I mean, we have 5-5, 7-7. We have leader effect and a 2K. They have 1 Dawn active for potentially, possibly, maybe 1 Pheasant Peck. So I think we just hit them with the 7 in the face. I think we just win, legitimately, because we just go 7, 7, 7, 9. 7, 7. So 7's 2 cards. 7 is going to be another 2 cards. So this is going to be 1 card. They trash a card, now they draw a card, so it's only going to be 1. Now we're going to go another 7. That's going to be 2 cards, right? Now we go another 7. That's going to guaranteed hit because of this. And we're going to kill him with Uta. GG's to our opponent there. That was a close game here with KUZAN, but hey, Shanks today has been freaking fun, man. Shanks is a fun leader to play. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like, subscribe, join the One Piece family by joining the Discord down below, and let me know more PRB02 decks you want to see soon. I actually had a lot of fun today, I'm not gonna lie. Normally I don't have fun with Shanks, and today it was another good day. So, Lucky Roux is alright. Trafalgar Law is definitely up my alley. As you know, I'm a big Trafalgar Law fan. That's why I've got the PSA 10 OPO1 leader just chilling up there. That's my boy. I also have the regular OPO1 leader and the pre-errata OPO1 leader because I'm a big Law guy. I like Law a lot. So, and I have this beautiful pre-errata 5-drop Law. So, Law, up my alley. Really good in the red decks. And we're going to play in other red decks very soon. Similar to, what's that leader? Smoker is going to be really good with that card. And with that other OP13 Law, oh my gosh, that Smoker leader is going to be insane. So, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.